three silent killers that destroy the bones and joints of older adults. Most people don't think about joint health and bone strength until something starts to go wrong. It's that weird crack when getting up from a chair, that annoying knee pain after a short walk, or the discomfort in the fingers when holding a coffee cup. What many don't realize is that joint weakness and bone weakness don't just appear overnight. They're the result of years of bad habits, poor nutrition, and ignoring the body's warning signs. And by the time the symptoms show up, it might already be too late to fully reverse the damage. You might think that the biggest threats to bone health and joint health as we age come from the usual suspects: getting older, not exercising enough, or simply wearing out. But what if I told you that there are three silent, everyday killers that are slowly but surely destroying your bones and joints, and you probably don't even realize it? These aren't things you can see or feel immediately, but they are working behind the scenes, accelerating joint weakness and bone weakness in a way that could eventually lead to chronic pain and disability. And the worst part? Most people are unknowingly feeding these killers, making things worse every single day. By identifying these hidden enemies, you can take simple steps to protect your joint health and preserve your ability to live an active, pain-free life for years to come. The good news? Just like bad habits speed up joint deterioration, good habits can keep them in top shape. But before we take a closer look at these three silent killers, let's first break down how joints actually work and what happens when they start to fail. Joints are the unsung heroes of the human body. They connect bones, provide support, and allow movement, whether it's reaching for a glass of water or running a marathon. But when joint health starts to decline, even the simplest motions can become a painful challenge. Imagine a door hinge that hasn't been oiled in years. It creaks, resists movement, and eventually wears out. That's exactly what happens to bones in older adults when joints lose their strength and flexibility, and once that wear and tear sets in, everyday tasks can turn into frustrating obstacles. What makes joints so vulnerable? Unlike bones, which regenerate over time, cartilage, the cushiony material that prevents bones from grinding against each other, has very limited self-repair capabilities. Once it's damaged, it's gone for good. This is why joint weakness often starts with stiffness and mild discomfort, but gradually progresses to chronic pain and restricted movement. Ignoring these signs is like waiting for a car engine to seize up before finally changing the oil. By then, the damage is already done. The key to maintaining joint health isn't just about avoiding pain, it's about preserving mobility, independence, and overall health and well-being. Simple habits, like staying active and consuming the right nutrients, can make all the difference. But before looking at what strengthens joints, it's crucial to understand what weakens them. Some of the biggest threats come from unexpected sources, foods people eat every single day without realizing they're accelerating joint weakness. Not all joint weakness happens by chance. Certain risk factors speed up the deterioration process, making bones in older adults more fragile and prone to damage. One major culprit? A sedentary lifestyle. Joints are designed to move, and when they don't, they stiffen up, lose lubrication, and become more vulnerable to wear and tear. Think of a rubber band left untouched for years. It dries out, loses elasticity, and eventually snaps. That's exactly what happens when people avoid movement, leading to a cycle where pain causes inactivity, and inactivity makes the pain worse. Diet also plays a massive role. The body relies on key nutrients to maintain joint health and bone health, but many people unknowingly consume foods that harm joints, accelerating inflammation and cartilage breakdown. It's like putting cheap fuel in a high-performance car. The engine struggles, parts wear out faster, and performance declines. The body works the same way. Without the right fuel, it can't function properly, and joints suffer the consequences. But what's even more concerning is that some of the most harmful foods, ones that silently attack joints, are staples in most people's diets. Before we get into the foods that could be harming your joints and bones, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss out on more health tips that could help you take better care of your body. Ready to find out which foods are silently destroying your joints? Let's jump right in. Sugar may taste sweet, but its impact on joint health is far from it. High sugar intake fuels inflammation, which accelerates joint weakness and cartilage breakdown. When sugar enters the bloodstream in excess, it triggers a process called glycation, where sugar molecules attach to proteins and fats, forming harmful compounds that stiffen tissues and weaken bones in older adults. The result? More stiffness, more pain, and faster joint deterioration. It's like pouring syrup into a finely tuned machine. Everything gets sticky, sluggish, and prone to breakdown. But the real problem? Sugar hides everywhere. It's not just in sodas and desserts, but also in healthy foods like flavored yogurts, granola bars, and fruit juices. Many people think they're making smart choices while unknowingly consuming foods that harm joints daily. This constant sugar overload spikes insulin levels, leading to chronic inflammation that attacks bone health from the inside out. Over time, joints lose their cushioning, and even simple movements start feeling like a struggle. Cutting back on sugar isn't about eliminating all sweetness from life, it's about making better choices. Swapping processed sweets for whole fruits, choosing dark chocolate over milk chocolate, or drinking water instead of soda can dramatically improve joint health. And the best part? The body responds quickly. Many people notice less stiffness and more mobility within weeks of reducing sugar intake. But sugar isn't the only villain. Another everyday food is just as damaging, and it's something most people don't even think twice about eating. Most people don't realize it, but that juicy steak or crispy bacon might be doing more than just satisfying a craving. It could be silently damaging joint health. Red and processed meats are high in advanced glycation end products, AGEs, compounds that trigger inflammation and accelerate joint weakness. When consumed in excess, these meats increase oxidative stress, breaking down collagen and cartilage, the very structures that keep joints flexible and pain-free. It's like rust forming on metal. Once it starts, it spreads, making movement harder over time. The problem isn't just the meat itself, but how it's cooked. Grilling, frying, and barbecuing create even more AGEs, which fuel inflammation and wear down cartilage faster. Over time, this leads to stiffness, discomfort, and reduced mobility. Ever noticed how some people complain about their knees aching after a heavy barbecue? That's no coincidence. The body reacts to these inflammatory compounds, making everyday movements, like bending, stretching, or even standing for long periods, feel more difficult. But cutting back doesn't mean giving up flavor. Swapping processed meats for lean proteins like fish, chicken, or plant-based alternatives can make a huge difference. Even small changes, like replacing one red meat meal per week with salmon or lentils, can help ease inflammation and support joint health. Many people report feeling lighter, more energetic, and with fewer aches just weeks after reducing their intake. But red meat isn't the only problem. There's another ingredient often found in everyday cooking that quietly fuels inflammation and joint pain. Refined vegetable oils and fried foods might seem harmless on the surface, but they can wreak havoc on joint health. These oils, commonly found in processed snacks and fast food, are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which, when consumed in excess, can contribute to chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is one of the leading causes of joint weakness and stiffness, especially as we age. Think about how a car's engine struggles when it runs on low-quality oil. It doesn't run smoothly, and parts wear out much faster. The same happens in the body when we consume too many of these oils. Our joints start to suffer, leading to discomfort and pain over time. Fried foods, which are often cooked in these oils, are an even bigger problem. When foods like French fries or fried chicken are cooked at high temperatures, harmful compounds called acrylamides are formed. These compounds not only promote inflammation but also break down the cartilage that cushions our joints, leading to more wear and tear. Over time, the cumulative effect of these fried foods can accelerate the aging process of the joints, making simple tasks like walking or climbing stairs feel like a struggle. The good news, a few simple swaps can make a huge difference. Opt for healthier cooking oils like olive oil or avocado oil, which are rich in anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. Air frying or baking your favorite foods instead of deep frying can also drastically reduce the damage to your joints. Small changes like these don't just improve joint health, they can lead to better energy, fewer aches, and a more active lifestyle. But even with these healthier options, there's still one more major factor at play in maintaining joint and bone health. Not all foods are created equal. In fact, there are certain foods that can work wonders to help reduce inflammation, promote cartilage repair, and even strengthen bones. One of the best foods for bone health and joint care is fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. These fish are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which have strong anti-inflammatory properties. Regularly incorporating these into your diet can help soothe joint pain and improve mobility. Think of it as feeding your body the right fuel to keep things running smoothly. In addition to fatty fish, leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and collard greens should also be staples in your diet. These vegetables are rich in calcium and vitamin K, both of which are essential for bone health and maintaining joint strength. Vitamin K helps in the production of proteins that help build bone tissue, while calcium strengthens bones, reducing the risk of fractures as we age. It's not just about having strong bones either. These foods also protect against joint degeneration and reduce the risk of osteoarthritis. And let's not forget about nuts and seeds, which are full of antioxidants, healthy fats, and minerals that support both joint and bone health. Walnuts, almonds, chia seeds, and flax seeds are excellent choices. These tiny powerhouses help fight inflammation and improve the lubrication in your joints, making movement easier and less painful. Adding a handful of these to your diet is an easy and delicious way to nourish your joints from the inside out. Now that you know about the silent killers that are gradually undermining your bone health and joint health, it's time to take action. What are you going to do differently today to protect your joints and bones from further damage? Will you start by adjusting your diet or incorporating more movement into your day? Every small step you take can lead to a significant improvement in your joint weakness and overall well-being. The power to change is in your hands. Make those smart choices now and you'll be reaping the rewards for years to come. Don't wait until the pain becomes unbearable or the damage is irreversible. Take control of your health today. If you found this information valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more health tips and strategies for healthy aging. Your future self will thank you. Hope to see you soon in the next video.